Boom, we back again. As y'all can see, I'm in the lab right now, cooking it up. Listen, it's fantasy basketball season. It's almost here. So I'm gonna hit y'all with a little insight as far as the fantasy basketball goes. Break down each position, top 10, maybe a couple sleepers. I know some people in my league might be listening, so we'll see about that. But some players are listed at two positions, which is because on fantasy basketball they're allowed to have a primary and secondary position. So for instance, like a James Harden, he'll be listed on the point guard and on the shooting guard list. LeBron will be listed on small forward and power forward, and so on. So if you see players on multiple positions, that's why. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the point guards. These are my rankings. You don't have to like them, but look, I'm trying to help you out.
Really?
Point guards, we're going to go with number 1, James Harden. I don't got to say much. I mean, the guy fills up the stat sheet. Points, rebounds, assists. So he's the MVP. He's going to put up crazy fantasy numbers every year. Whether you put him at the 1 or the 2, your choice. But number 1 point guards, I'm going to go with James Harden. Number 2, we're going with Russell Westbrook. Very similar to Harden. Crazy fantasy numbers. Former MVP of the league. He's at number 2. Then number 3 gets a little tricky. I'm going to go with Steph Curry.
What?
Because of the 3 ball. I think this is where he separates himself from the number 4 player that I have. But Curry's at number 3. Same thing, MVP level player. I will say with the talent on the Warriors, you may see his numbers dip a little, but I don't really think so because Cousins is not expected to play till later in the season. So Curry should get you some big fantasy points early. So I have him at number 3. Number 4, we're gonna go with Ben Simmons. Puts up insane fantasy numbers as well. I think it'll be the Simmons and Embiid show again. So we'll see how he does second year, but because I'm assuming teams will make adjustments to how he played last year, but I expect him to put up big numbers. You know, he has the ball in his hand a lot, so Simmons is a safe play for number 4 on my point guard list. Number 5, I'm gonna go with John Wall.
Bruh.
I think he's gonna get back to the level we're used to seeing him at, putting up not really crazy points, but right around that 20 to 25 point range as far as points, right near the top in assists every year, steals, blocks. So Wall is I got him coming in at number 5 on the point guard list. Number 6, let's go with Dame Dollar, Damian Lillard. A lot like Curry, gives you the 3 ball, scores at will. I mean, this guy can go off for 40 or 50 on any night. Also, you know, he incorporates assists in his game. Maybe not a whole lot else, so that's why he's probably not in my top 5, but I got Damian Lillard at number 6. Number 7, we got Kyrie Irving. He probably would be higher on this list, but the injury thing is, I can't put him in that top 5. So Kyrie's at number 7. Like, he gives you the scoring, gives you assists. Like I said, another guy that can go off at any point. But I'm interested to see how the Celtics play him this year because of him coming off that injury. So we'll see what they do with him, but I got Kyrie at number 7. Number 8, we got Chris Paul. Similar to Kyrie, injury history, a little bit longer in the tooth, older player, so we'll say he probably is not going to put up the type of numbers that Irving is, but he's a lot more efficient, I think. So he could be very close to Kyrie as far as fantasy points go, even though he may not have the scoring. He's also giving you the 3 ball. So I think Chris Paul is a safe play as well, barring any injuries, because the injury derailed him for a lot of people last year, even though he did come back and finish strong. But those injuries, that big chunk of games he missed, that's big. So I have Chris Paul at number 8. Number 9, I'm going to go with Drew Holiday. Plays point guard as well as off guard. With Rondo gone, I think he'll handle the ball a little bit more. So I think you'll see Holiday's numbers go up as a result. He was fabulous in the playoffs. I think he's going to pick up from there. And he's got a stud MVP candidate, Anthony Davis. So I expect Holiday to have big numbers this coming season. And number 10, we'll go with Kemba Walker. Kemba, he's pretty much all that's left on the Hornets. You know, they got Batum and a couple other players, Malik Monk. But Kemba is going to be their number 1 option. So unless they trade him, I know they did pick up Tony Parker. But like I said, unless they move him, he's the option number 1. So Kemba should be putting up big numbers as far as scoring. He'll get some assists in there as well as the 3-ball. So I have him at number 10. Now for sleepers, like I said, I got to be careful with this. I got a league I started. I don't really want everybody to know who I'm thinking about picking later on in the rounds outside the obvious players that everybody's looking at. So I'm going to just give you a couple names. I think Eric Bledsoe could be a sleeper. Lonzo Ball could be a sleeper. It's going to be interesting to see him pairing with LeBron this year. And also you have a returning Mike Conley to the Grizzlies. We'll see if he can get back to a decent fantasy point guard this year. And that's going to do it for my point guards. Stay tuned tomorrow for the shooting guards. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. See y'all tomorrow.